Are you coming to study abroad in the UK? Then this video is for you, as I'm sharing my top tips for international students when it comes to studying in the UK. Hi guys, this is Valeria and welcome to Grad. When coming to study to the UK, there are so many things you have to deal with. You need to find a flat among thousands of real estate websites. You have to figure out your Wi-Fi plan without being locked up in a 24 months contract. You have to figure out your phone plan through jungle of offers. Obviously, you have to get utilities for your place and much more. Imagine that instead of having to spend hours on trying to find the best housing, Wi-Fi plan and utilities providers, you can do it all in one place. Well, that is now possible with Movido, who are kindly sponsoring this video. Movido is a service that will make your move and your stay in UK as easy as making a cup of tea, by helping you get everything you need to settle there. And since they partner with several providers, they can even offer great discounts. So if you plan on studying in the UK this autumn, then make sure you use this link in the description of my video and my code MindTheGrad at checkout to get 20% off. And now let's move to advice on how to make sure that studying in the UK goes according to plan. The first thing I want to talk to you about is what to pack when studying abroad in the UK. First advice is to pack light. It will be very expensive to bring a lot of things on the plane. And also you can buy most things in the UK. Bring clothes for the cold weather. Bring clothes for rainy weather. Bring clothes for foggy weather. Bring clothes for windy weather, because UK is like that, unfortunately. I moved from a hot country to the UK and I really didn't expect that I would need so much warm clothes. So if you have already, bring something that will keep you warm in the UK, but also be realistic. You can't bring things like bedding or pots and pans. They're things you'll have to buy when you arrive in the UK. If your accommodation doesn't have all these things included, you need to think in advance. Okay, maybe there'll be one night where you'll be sleeping without the bedding. Maybe you'll have to arrive in the morning and then sort these things out before your first night, or maybe you'll have to stay in some kind of hostel or hotel for one night to make sure that you have time to organize things. Make sure you don't rush to expensive stores to buy household items such as bedding and plates. There are a lot of affordable places you can target. For example, IKEA, Asda, Tesco, Primark. They have very affordable things for students. Also, don't make a mistake of purchasing books in the bookstore. For example, if you need some books for your course, it's very tempting to just go in a store and buy these textbooks. It's very quick, but it will be way more expensive if you ordered books on Amazon or eBay. So perhaps you have to spend a week or two without a book, but you'll save tons of money. Then let's move to tips for accommodation when studying in the UK as an international student. It is a big topic, but I want to give you some quick tips in this video as well. First thing you have to think about when it comes to accommodation is location. Some people find cheap alternatives and don't realize that they'll spend hundreds of pounds per month to travel to university. So be very clear where your university is going to be located and where you'll be living. Even if it is student accommodation provided by university, sometimes it is still quite far. So you need to take into account how much it will cost you to get to lectures, either by bus or by bike or by tube. But even if you have to walk, I want you to have right expectation. So if you already figured out the location, the next thing I recommend thinking about is the social aspect of accommodation. Do you really want to live in a flat by yourself where it'll be hard to make friends? Or do you want to stay in a student accommodation and share a kitchen, let's say, where you'll be able to make friends, socialize with local students, socialize with other international students? Next point that is important to consider is healthcare when studying in the UK. When you're coming as an international student, you'll get a student visa. And on that student visa, you can be eligible, or you will be eligible for NHS, which is National Healthcare Provider in the UK. It is free to get get healthcare through NHS, and I recommend in the first week, if not first days when you arrive to the UK, register with NHS. University will let you know which doctor or clinic you should register with, depending on where you live on campus or where you live. They'll probably let you know if there is some kind of clinic just for students. But if that's not possible, if they didn't give you the information, you just can't find it, you can always Google which clinic do you relate or do you are assigned to based on your address. So once you register with the clinic, you register with the doctor, it's much easier to arrange appointments. And if it comes to it that you need to get a vaccination or a prescription or just visit a doctor for any health reasons, you'll know where to go and where to get help. Obviously, if it's an emergency, you don't have to be registered, you just go to emergency, so don't worry about that. But for anything that is not considered an emergency, you would need to be registered. Let's talk about something even less exciting than going to the doctor is going to the bank. I want to cover the bank account when it comes to studying abroad in the UK. You would need a bank account. I know some people that survive in the UK without a bank account, but it's really hard because there are a lot of things you have to pay for through your account. If you're going to be working, you'll be paid to your account. So really, it's really important to sort it out as soon as possible. The tip I want to give you, obviously ask your university if they have any banks on campus, if they have any links to banks. Perhaps they will direct you as an international student to register with a particular bank. For example, when I arrived, I had representatives of a bank on campus. I didn't have to go to the bank, they just took my details then there, and after a week I got a bank account opened. But if that not happened, you can easily find different options online and figure out which bank is best for you. What I want to tell you is that bank accounts in the UK can be free. Some people made that mistake when they signed up for some kind of student account that promised them insurance or some kind of discounts, but in the end it was overpriced. You paid more than benefit you were getting. So it can be free. Do compare plans. If you are paying for bank account, make sure it's worth it. It can be a good deal, but it has to make sense for you. And it's not that complicated to open a bank account. Don't worry. It seems like a big deal, especially if it's your first bank account. And it was my first bank account when I arrived in the UK. But actually, all you need is a proof of your student status in the UK. You would need your proof of your address or some kind of residential address in the UK, and maybe your documentations like passport. So it's not super complicated. They'll tell you what you need. Just sort it out. And while you still don't have a bank account, obviously bring some cash, but not too much because it's never too safe to travel with a lot of cash. I recommend maybe having a card from your home country, or something like Revolut or Monzo, or maybe an international card from your home country, from your home bank, so you can get access to some funds while your bank account is being sorted out in the UK. Next topic I want to discuss when it comes to studying abroad in the UK is transport. The first tip when it comes to transport is that buses are way cheaper than taking a train or taxi. And that's probably quite logical, but I didn't figure out there are buses running from biggest airports until later on after my first year of university. That was probably bad research on my part, but taking a bus is way cheaper than taking a train. It obviously depends on your personal circumstances and locations, but if you want to travel quite cheaply around the UK, taking the bus is a great option. When it comes to traveling around London, you can actually get a discount on Oyster cards. Oyster card is a card you use to travel around London on a tube and bus and other services. If you're a student, you can buy a student Oyster card, which means that if you purchase a monthly travel card, it will be way cheaper. Final tip is that there are always discounts for students, and that's just a tip for everything. Always ask if there is a student discount in the UK, but First of all, if you're living in outside of London, there could be discounts on a bus travel if you just present your student card. You can purchase rail cards or bus cards for young people or for students, and they give you extra discount on bus travel or on rail travel. This moves me very naturally to my next topic, which is finances. How do you manage your finances when it comes to studying in the UK? Well, it's difficult because UK is more expensive than a lot of countries, so probably more expensive than the country you're currently living in or you're coming from, which means that you have to really raise your budget of living. And I know that you can work part-time during your studies. You can work 20 hours per week as a student, usually depending on your course. 20 hours a week is not a lot. You will probably struggle to make all the money you need to rent, eat, travel, and live in the UK. So I do recommend, yes, maybe you can make money to survive, but you do have to have some kind of savings and funds before you arrive in the UK. You cannot rely to come to the UK without any money and then make the rest when you're here. You will need to spend some money when you arrive, and it's probably going to be quite hard to make all the money you need for living by working just 20 hours per week. As I said before, don't forget to use your student card or your student status to get different discounts so you can save money. Let's move to lifestyle advice. What lifestyle tips can I give to any international student that wants to study in the UK? Enjoy your time in the UK while it lasts, because there are lots of things that can happen in the future, probably not bad things, but a lot of unexpected things that maybe you don't want to stay in UK anymore, maybe you want to return back to your home country, or you want to move to a new country, and this time you spend in UK is quite precious. So I want you to think back on that time and realize, well, I have really explored the culture of the UK, I have really explored the country, I have traveled, I have socialized with different people, I have socialized with local students or people, I have socialized with other international students. I don't want you to think back on that time and just think, well, I was just studying in my room and in the library. So it's an amazing opportunity to come study in the UK, and I want you to have the full experience and maybe make a list of 5-10 things you really want to do while you're in UK except studying. Maybe it is go to Edinburgh or see Stonehenge or go see football game or go to a theater. Whatever it is, I want you to make memories except studying and working. This was a lot of advice when it comes to career and transport and finances, but I do really hope you have learned something that will help you succeed in the UK as an international student. If you still have any questions, you can let me know in the comments, and do check out my Instagram page where I share advice and tips almost daily. I wish you the best of luck when it comes to studying in UK, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!